Now it is time to get working on some challenging problems. I've got two word problems here that I want you to think through with me to decide what you would do, because pretty soon you're going to be working them out during our practice. So let's get started. Karen had $6.72 in her coin bank. Remember, if we're reading it like money, we read it not as 6 and 72 hundredths, but if it has a dollar sign, we say 6 and 72 cents. If she added 1/4, 2 dimes, and 1 penny every day, how much money would she have after the fourth day? So many steps in this. So we know that the first thing we need to do is figure out our rule. So I'm going to think about my rule. If she's adding money every day, I know I'm going to add, but I have to figure out what I'm adding. So I see that it says 1/4, 2 dimes, and 1 penny. So let's start adding that up. I know that 1/4 is 25 cents. And since I'm going to be adding decimals, I'm going to put in my magical decimal line. I know that 2 dimes is 20 cents and 1 penny is 1 cent. So that's how I would add up my money. The 1 penny being 1 cent is put over here in the hundredths place because it's 1/100th of a dollar, because it would take 100 pennies to make a dollar. So let's add them up. 5 plus 1 is 6. 2 plus 2 is 4. Bring down our 0 and our magical decimal, and we've got 46 cents. So now it's just a simple addition problem. I know that I need to add 46 cents every day, but I need to make sure I put my starting point in there. Starting at $6.72. Now we're asking about the fourth day. So I'm going to make my lines just like you would have on a regular problem. Day 1, make it a little bit longer. Day 2, day 3, day 4. So on day 1, she had $6.72. So now all we have to do is figure out day 2, day 3, and day 4. Let's go back to our rule. Remember, we're adding 46 cents every day. So all we're going to do is add up the 46 cents. I'm going to go ahead and erase this to give us more room. So we're going to start at 672 and add, with our magical decimal line, 46 cents. And let's just add. 6 plus 2 is 8. 7 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6 plus 1 is 7. So on day 2, she had $7.18. Let's figure out day 3. Plus 46 cents again. 8 plus 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 4, 5, 6, bring down that 7, 764. Now we have to add our 46 cents one more time. So I'm going to say 764, magical decimal line, 46 cents again. 6 plus 4 is 10. 6 plus 4 is 10, $8. So if she saved 46 cents every day for 4 days, starting with $6.72 on the fourth day, she would have $8. Let's do one more of these that I think is even more interesting. It's a long one. So ready? Kylie washes dogs for people in her town. If she charges $12.50 for the first dog, $11.25 each for 2 dogs, and $10 each for 3 dogs, how much will she charge per dog to the local vet who asked her to wash 8 dogs? So in this one, I want you to notice a few things. I'm going to highlight some things. As we can see, our numbers are going down. And in your brain, you might be like, well, why would she charge more for 1 dog than she would for 3 dogs? In reality, this is something that a lot of businesses do when you buy more than one thing. So if you're just washing 1 dog, it's going to be $12.50 for your 1 dog. But if you're washing 2 dogs, it would be $22.50 for 2 dogs. You get a discount for bringing her 2 dogs. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, we'll definitely talk about it when you come back. You're going to get a discount. So she's charging $11.25 each for 2 dogs. But if you have 3 dogs, she's only going to charge you $10 each instead of charging you $12.50 for each dog. Now let's look at this. The local vet asked her to wash 8 dogs. We have to stop and think about this one. First things first is always to find your rule. So I know that it's going to be to subtract Because if we're looking per each dog, we see that our numbers are going down. Now we have to figure out what we're going to subtract. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out one dog is $12.50. Two dogs is $11.25. Three dogs is $10. And he wants to get to 8. So let's do this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have to fill in all of our blanks to figure out what we're going to get when she gets to 8 dogs. Okay. So we've already filled in our first part. So let's figure out what's in between them. Remember, to figure out what's in between them, all we're going to do is subtract. So we're going to say $12.50, magical decimal line, minus $11.25 to figure out what's in between them. So let's subtract. Uh-oh. I have to borrow, make that a 10, 4. 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. 12 minus 1, 2 minus 1 is 1. And then 1 minus 1 would be 0. So 125 is in between them. So I know I'm going to subtract 125. So that is my rule. Subtract $1.25. So now all we have to do is keep on doing it. So I have to fill in all these blanks. So let's get started. We're going to subtract 125 from each of these numbers. We're going to start with 10. Now remember, if I say 10, I can add a decimal and 2 zeros after it because it goes from $10 to $10. It stays the same, but we are going to need those decimal and those 2 zeros in order to draw our magical decimal line and to subtract 125. Let's do it. We know we have to borrow. Oh my goodness, got to borrow from all the way over here, make that a 10, then make it a 9, make this a 10, make it a 9, and make that a 10. I hope you remember to do that. 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 2 is 7, 9 minus 1 is 8. We're down to 875. Let's do it again. Minus 125. It's starting to sound like she's going to regret making this deal. 5 minus 5 is 0. 7 minus 2 is 5. 8 minus 1 is 7. We're at 750. Let's keep going. I am going to scoot it over so we have room to write. All right. We know we're subtracting. We have to borrow. Make that a 4. Make that a 10. 5, 2, 6. I've been forgetting my magical decimal line. I'm telling you, I can hear y'all through the computer. I know you're yelling at me, telling me about it. Thank you for reminding me. I heard you. So that gives us 625. All right, 2 more. We can do it. Minus $1.25. This is looking interesting. 005. She's only going to charge $5 per dog by the time she gets to 7 dogs. This girl's really regretting her rule. Let's go ahead and keep on going. One more. $5 minus 125. Magical decimal line. There it goes. Let's subtract. Got to borrow. Make that a 10. Make it a 9. Make it a 10. There's our 5, 7, 3. By the time she gets to 8 dogs, she's only charging $3.75 per dog. So I want to go back to the problem. So the problem at the end asks how much will she charge per dog to the local vet who asked her to wash 8 dogs. She's going to charge $3.75 per dog. The problem doesn't ask us to figure out how much she's actually going to charge him in total, but I would love for you to figure that out and bring it back to me. So I want you to figure out how much is she going to charge for those 8 dogs if she's charging $3.75 per dog. Your next video is going to be us practicing together. So make sure you write that down somewhere. You'll remember to bring it back to me because I'm curious what you're going to put. And let's work out these next few problems together.